Profesor Lakhon kama obrong uwe ni ki kartong ke punya kon ya ka election cha polok sabha pan punya kon kum kartong siman uwe ni ki kartong ki bala pen pau ba shi ki pai ba hai ku di bat ki man isu ki badai ne kata ban ra cha parliament Profesor ne kong le pen pau ka jing ngoma halo ka jing pen kam ka sarkar ya ka Citizenship Amendment Act akabaula don ka jing suba ba ka jing social safety yo ba ki kenun Lehnoh dapat Bangladesh, Pakistan, dan Afghanistan ke ban rong ban rit dengan hakan dikari. Kata ki pat ki bolo kan kilang halo ka Jingbym Īohkam jam ki khun samla. Ka sarkar kam na ban thau jam. Handrai ki babun pat ki sarkar ki yo ban emrus pa kan bagi beduk pat lanang duk. Nang tau lo kan ru halo ka Jingbym Īohkam i jga ki pos sarkar ki blasan syari ka jalan ka por syukapor. Ya lam ye ki pa ban weng ye ka jingduk ban weng ye ka je ki nograp bat ki babun pat ki man ki ta shisha ye ka roi ka pa ki pa ba sha no kantong din mat ka daw lo ong baw la mi chakmat kom kartong simat ban ye kon ye ka election ban da ki pa ba ki ailan u ban long no mi man spo parliament ye ki man undra apo parliament ban ye side ba ka darbar jong kari India apa ka dohang ne ba upsa Lakhon kama ula le kelang ki jakai Jogari kasi berjaya menyalap election di Cakayau, pada Cakapai ba, pada Kemjuru, hagi senang kita.
See, the ILP is an old issue. Actually, I would say this issue would have died had government not given to Manipur in 2020. Simply, they promised that you bring us to power, we'll give you ILP. Otherwise, before that, I'm sure none of us were having any doubt that ever we'll get ILP. But now, because they have played politics with ILP, I do see that the NGOs have every right. I think these student bodies have every right to demand, because the central government has played politics. But we know that ILP cannot be given by the state government. It is a matter with the central. And hence, I would say that this is a tricky issue, because we don't want to just jump the bandwagon to say that yes, we want or yes, we don't want. I don't want to make this statement right now, simply because we have to weigh the pros and cons. Mainly because Meghalaya being a transit state, how will you regulate people coming from Guwahati, going to the southern Assam, or people going to Tripura? How will you control these open channels that we have? In Mizoram, it was easy because it ends there. In Arunachal, it's easy because it's there. But in Manipur and Nagaland, of course, Nagaland has they have given it earlier. But in Manipur, they had played politics. Because they have played politics, this demand for ILP has come up. I would say that I will not jump into conclusion, but I will really measure it and try to take everybody on board to say, let's weigh the pros and cons. Because if it benefits our state, I'm all for it. If it doesn't benefit our state, I'm totally against it. Anything that comes good for our community as Meghalayan, I'm not single out any community. We are all Meghalayan. We are equal citizens of this beautiful state of ours. If it benefits Meghalaya, I'm all for it. If it is not in the interest of Meghalaya, every single rule, every single thing that the government passes from Delhi, I will be the one opposing it. But I will not oppose only for the sake of opposing it. If you give me a chance, I sit in the parliament, I will see what is benefit to us. Because as a smaller state, as a state that is dependent on the center for a lot of developmental activities, we also have to be mindful that unnecessarily we don't raise issues that can unnecessarily, invite the anger of Delhi. We will fight what is the justified cause, but unnecessarily on issues which are flimsy, we will not touch upon, so that we work in harmony, because it is a federal system. There has to be a federal understanding between the state government, the state, and that of the central. I think as long as this is very cohesive, it is very friendly, I think it will benefit the state of Meghalaya, because we need a lot of fund for developmental projects in the state, because we have to really pick up our developmental activities has been snail paced. I want that we have to really move faster. In order to move faster, we need money. We don't have money in our state, more so because we are too much into the corrupt practices that half or maybe 2/3 of the money actually is going to somebody else's coffer. Only maybe 1/3 or even less than that is left out for developmental activity. And that's why I have gone to villages across nooks and corners of all these 7 districts, and even in Garo Hills, scenario is the same. That our roads 5 kilometers across the city you travel, you will know what is the scenario. Street lights, the question of street light doesn't even arise, because there is no street light in the state. All the ministers, all the MLAs and the MPs, they have been traveling in India, across the country and also abroad. They have seen how streetlight works there. I have stayed myself in America for almost 18 months. I have seen how it works, because there you don't care about from where water is coming. You don't care from where gas is coming. I stayed almost 18 months in a place called Milwaukee, which is 2 hours from Chicago. There is snowfall almost 8 months. Not a single day light went off. Here, simple lightning, you will see that how the city lightning is the light is gone. Which means we don't have a robust system in place, and that's why I'm saying it actually burdens my shoulder a little bit when I look around that too many things are actually needs to be rectified. From where we will start itself will become a big challenge. But yes, since we have taken this risk, we take it and we take it head on. There's no way that we will be able to we will ever shy away from facing. The only thing is we have to tell Delhi that, see, we are a poor state. We need money. We need your support. Don't antagonize with us. We are a small community. You don't have to worry about a small community like us, say Khasi, Jaintia or Garu who are in Meghalaya. We are a tiny community. We love our religion. We love to practice what is granted in our constitution. Why do you worry? I always say for example, I give you a very interesting example. There are almost about 2 crore plus Christians in this country. There are 100 crore plus Hindus. Hindus don't have to worry for Christianity or any other religion, because if Mughals could not kill your religion, if Britishers could not kill your religion, believe me, nobody can kill or challenge your religion. Every religion should be allowed to thrive well. They have been thriving simply because it has a structure in itself. People love it. As long as you love your religion, no matter which religion you follow, there is nobody in this earth who can actually snatch your identity. You should love your God the way you love everybody else, but respect each other's religion. This is what my humble submission will be. No matter which religion we belong to, this is a secular country. As a candidate or as an MP, even if I'm elected, I cannot see that this religion is better, that is not better. If I say that, I'm against the oath that I have just taken in the office while I filed the nomination. I will be failing that oath. My oath that I have taken, I taken it very, very seriously, that this is, and to fight for the secularism of this country. I don't mind even if I have to lay down my life, but I will fight it tooth and nail if anybody, because I'm worried. 2024, I'm worried that if current dispensation come back again, maybe they will try to play around with the fundamental basic structure of the constitution, which is the secularism. And secularism is something which is dear to us because we all love our God. No matter which God you practice, you will love it. You don't want that to be snatched from you, because all other developmental activity is in vain if you don't get the dignity as a respectable citizen of this country who is free to practice and propagate whichever religion you want, because constitution have given you guarantee. It's in Delhi. Delhi is where you have to decide, because most of the time all the rules, regulations that will be coming and the kind of act and that will be created in the floor of parliament, like we have seen in case of CAA. And I have very serious reservation with CAA, but it got passed in 2019 and the rules have come out just before election, which have two issues. One, it is eating away all our job prospects. Already this country, this state has poor ratio of job seekers to the jobs that are available. You bring in foreigners from Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh simply because they can say that we have been persecuted by Muslim people in that country. You are allowing influx and you are saying that they should be the one who have entered, let's say, before 31st of December 2014. What guarantee is there? Because they say you don't need travel document. How do we know somebody has entered yesterday and he certified that he gets a certificate from the country that I have been prosecuted? And he says, in this country, you can get a passport done within no time. Getting a fake ID of Afghanistan, Pakistan or Bangladesh is no big deal. We know it. I have seen many fake PhD degrees have been given. Thesis has been sold in many parts of this country. Getting a certificate, you all will agree that is not a big deal. So hence, I have serious observation. Number two is, we are actually compromising with the security of this country. Say, for example, a Muslim man, I'm not generalizing, but I'm saying, let's say a Muslim man who is a militant, staying in Afghanistan or Pakistan, or let's say Bangladesh, but Bangladesh is quite peaceful these days, so we will not worry much. But let's say from Afghanistan and Pakistan, he is a Muslim man who is a terrorist. Not all Muslims are terrorists, so let me make it very clear so that you don't quote me wrongly. But suppose a terrorist enters, and he has bad motive against this country. He shaves his head, he cleans his beard, he puts a tikka here, he puts a saffron dress, and he says, I'm a Hindu. Allow me to enter your country. I have entered this country before 31st of December 2014. And he has an ID of Pakistan or Afghanistan or Bangladesh. How will you prove? There is no way, because it says you don't have to produce any travel document. Simply say that I have been prosecuted and you have an idea of that country. That's all. And both these are so flimsy that anybody can misuse. I'm worried that through this CAA, we might end up getting influx of terrorists in this country who will leak secret information from this country, pretending to be a Hindu, a Christian, a Sikh, a Jain, or a Buddhist, because they are not allowing Muslims, so we leave them apart. They will say that we have been persecuted, and they will pretend to be one. They will be in the disguise of having these religion and say that I am being persecuted by Muslim brothers in these three countries, and hence he will be given citizenship. What guarantee is there that he will not leak all the secrets from this country? Because we know how this intel works as far as the terrorist network is concerned. I'm afraid that in this country, which is so, I worry because this country has a very loose kind of, network checkings that is done. You really can't trace each and every one because we are too many of our people. You go to Delhi, you go to Chandni Chowk, you go to Palika Bazaar, you will not be able to identify who is who. And hence, in a country like ours, where the surveillance is so poor, you are allowing people to come from foreign country and they might be terrorists. And they are compromising our integrity of this country, and I'm worried as a concern. And that's why when I say send me to the parliament, I want to be the one who will raise all these concerns. CAA is one example. There can be n numbers of examples because I do see that in the current dispensation, the secularism is at stake. Because I don't like to see a government who is in the center or in the state trying to patronize a particular religion. This is a free country. I'm born in a country which got independence, and we got our constitution that says that India is a secular democratic republic. That secular is too dear to me. Come what may, I can't compromise with this secularism because this is my identity. I still remember how Gandhi have said. He said this is a country is for everyone. And if we start, and that's why the difference between us and Pakistan that people have to understand, they got independence one day before us. Look where Pakistan is, simply, and where we are. We have advanced in science and technology, and our reputation as a country is much better, but because we have chosen a line that this country will be inclusive of everyone. Hindu, Sikh, Muslim, Christians, Jain, everybody will have equal right, and hence we have thrived all these years. Suddenly I see that there is a threat. There is a threat perception on our secularism because the dispensation who is running this country seems to be bending towards one particular religion. I don't want to see our country to be Hindi, Hindu, Hindustan. This is what I will always oppose, and that's why I want public to realize that send me to Delhi. I want to say this in front of Modi, in front of Shah, in front of everyone, that don't play around with the constitution because you are going to break the country into pieces if you try to play around with the constitution. As long as constitution is intact, we are all as one country, one citizen. We love our country because we love our constitution. The moment you play around with constitution, I have no doubt whatsoever that this country will break into pieces, and we will, and that's what I'm saying, I will make sure that I will raise my voice. Yes, being independent or being from a smaller party, you may not have much a say as far as the parliament is concerned, but I will be proud enough to say that I raise my concern. You may disagree with my view, but I don't have to come to Motfront, I don't have to come in front of Secretariat and make halabaloo here. This is where I want to, that because our MP over the years have not really raised our concern. They have never raised in parliament why we are so poor. 52 years of statehood, why we are so backward in every sphere that I have been saying again and again. Every public meeting that I have gone, I have stressed this. There is no answer to why we are still poor, such a tiny state. Few hours you can cross the length and breadth of this state. But we are far, far behind many countries which are 10 times larger than us or 5 times larger than us, which means we have no direction whatsoever. The current state government that is running the state, and also the previous Congress government, has never chalked a roadmap for us to really move ahead. And I want to change this. There has to be a paradigm shift. The paradigm shift has to be how we think about politics, how seriously we take it. This is a serious business, and I want to emphasize this again and again and again, maybe if need be 1,000 times. Politics is a serious business, and has example for the entire state that this is how you're supposed to do politics. Politics is a serious business. You don't have to just get excited here and there because you listen to a song or a dance or somebody throw you a party. No. For me, politics, like academics, politics is also a serious business. And I take it with full seriousness. And that's why I'm leaving no stone unturned to try to reach to every nooks and corner. But I think you understand that as an independent candidate, I have my limitations. But I'm sure through your channel, through the media, this message will be passed on to every a free living citizen of this country and free living citizen of this state. Because I worry, and that's what I'm saying, I have two-pronged strategy here when I have decided to fight this election. One is, of course, to bring the all-round development in our state, which has to be through an honest way, whereby people can see what you're doing. Today, if you ask me, my MP, what he has done in the last 15 years, probably none of you will be able to say he has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nothing. In my time, from day one, like I said, you will find a list of it. You know exactly where things has been done. You can visit and tell me, this estimate is you have made for 10 lakhs, but look like you have spent only 2 lakhs. Then I will be at fault. And that's why I'm saying, because when I write article and when I express myself, I cannot be the one only blaming others. I have to also set an example. And that's what I'm saying. In my regime, if anything that public finds it is not worth the estimate that I've done, you come and tell me. Once I'm your MP, then you have eaten public money. And I'm saying it not to just, send a wrong message here. I'm saying with full dedication and honesty that I will work like no one else have ever done. And this is what I'm saying. I want to set an example because I have a mission for next 15, 20 years. How exactly it will be panning out, that I will tell maybe after the election. But right now I have set my eye very straight on the goal that if people put their faith in me, I will be able to do what needs to be done. More important, cliche now. Judgment review has become a cliche because people have used and abused this term time and again. They remember judgment review only during election, whether MDC, MP or MLA. The moment they win and they are in the power, you will see they care least about the judgment review. And that's where I'm trying to say that whether I lose or win, for me, my community matters. Everybody, because I always believe we are a small community. See, why we have to remember that those who are staying in village, let's say in Mokarawat or Nongstany or Secularism or Nongpo, they are all our brothers and sisters. How can I dare to take the share of their money and eat and build a house for myself using the money that is supposed to go for their development? Where is the judgment review? Because when we see judgment review, I think this has been an abusive term now. I see people using it because they care least about judgment review. At least I can stand and say that I have been fighting for our people over and over, even when I was alone. All these incidents that has happened in you has a meaning. And that's why I said that when you say judgment review, show it. Show. And so far we have not seen. If you elect me as a MP, I will show you what judgment review means. Judgment review means if somebody is hungry and you have too much money with you, it's your job to feed them. If they are not getting good school and your children is going into the best school in this world, you are least bothered about you. Why don't you make their school better? If I can send my kids to school in Shillong or outside, and they are getting all the facility, it is my job to make sure that a village in Mokarawat area or Nongsan area also has to have the best of school, the best of PHCs, the best of CSC, the best of footpath, the best of road, the best of classroom, smart classroom and so on and so forth, good internet, and also the concern about the overall welfare. I don't see why I always worry with these politicians who are of the existing time is they say we love judgment review and they will try to instigate you to fight, come to the street. Once they are in power, they will be least bothered about you. Judgment review means show it. I keep saying this. Show me how do you love judgment review. That is my question to all the leaders who are in existence. Show me, give me one example, give me one proof to say that you love judgment review because you are doing this. If you are least bothered about the suffering of your people, if you are least bothered about the suffering of people in a village, it means you care least about the judgment review. And this is going to change. And I'm not saying, you have not heard me saying many times that I love judgment review. I said I am the judgment review. I have to work for my people. It's my job. Nobody should tell me. It's my job to work for the judgment review. And this will be done while we work together as a team. Everybody has to join hands so that we can bring the visible change that is necessary, urgently necessary in our state.